Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're jumping right into it. We're looking at the massive, sweeping disruption AI is causing in the world of bioinformatics. I mean, the ground is literally shifting beneath our feet here. And to really grasp the magnitude of this paradigm shift, we kind of need to start with a very real, very human story.
So, Part 1, the 5-year marathon and the human cost of technological disruption. Let's get right into it. Let's look at the journey of a PhD student who dedicated half a decade to mastering this highly technical, heavily sought-after field. 5 whole years. You know, that's not just time passing. That represents 5 years of long, grueling nights. It means sacrificing your weekends, your holidays, basically your personal well-being, all just to build this ironclad computational background.
The traditional pathway was, well, it was agonizing. To become a bioinformatician in the pre-AI era, you basically pushed through countless failed experiments. You spent hours, sometimes days, just staring at a screen, debugging thousands of lines of code. And usually, that was just to find a single missing comma. You had to teach yourself Python, R, the dark arts of Linux, and how to build massive data processing pipelines entirely from scratch. But the logic was clear, right? Endure the pain, learn the hard skills, and you become an invaluable expert.
Which brings us to Section 2, the AI disruption, when the rules of the game change.
Because then, the entire landscape shifted almost overnight. Suddenly, these highly dedicated scientists felt absolutely betrayed by a system where the rules had just been completely rewritten. I mean, it's a stark contrast. We went from a world of agonizing debugging to an AI workflow powered by tools like Claude and OpenAI Codex. Tasks that used to be the definitive dividing line separating a seasoned programmer from a total beginner? Yeah, those can now be completed in literal seconds. The only real requirement now is knowing how to ask the AI the right question.
There's this quote that just hits the nail on the head. It's like training for a marathon for 5 years, and the day before the race, someone invents a machine that can run faster than everyone else. Wow. That perfectly captures the very real anger and frustration researchers are feeling right now. It's not merely the fact that the technology changed, because, technology is always changing. The core of the frustration is the sheer speed of it. The transition happened so incredibly fast that scientists and students who had invested heavily in raw coding, well, they simply had no time to adopt their career trajectories.
So, generative AI tools are now effortlessly handling the computational heavy lifting. And they don't just help, they execute. They write the Python scripts, they generate entire R analysis workflows, they can troubleshoot those maddening errors in an instant, explain intricate algorithms, and even help design your entire pipeline from the ground up. This really forces us to ask a rather uncomfortable question. Are all those traditional programming skills we spent 5 years learning completely useless now?
Let's explore that in Section 3, the changing value of code, evolving beyond syntax.
So, to answer that question, is coding useless? Well, no. But its intrinsic value in the marketplace and the lab has irrevocably changed. If you think about it, 5 years ago, memorizing syntax, writing raw scripts from scratch, fixing minor errors, that gave you a massive competitive advantage. Today, those skills are heavily devalued, simply because an AI does them instantly. To survive, and really to thrive, you must pivot your focus toward high-value human traits. We're talking pure scientific thinking, a deep understanding of experimental design, aggressively checking your biological assumptions, and strict statistical validation. Knowing the syntax is no longer enough, you absolutely have to know what the code is actually trying to solve.
Because here is the undeniable truth, and it's a big one. Perfect AI code plus a wrong biological assumption still equals a wrong conclusion. AI can generate a breathtakingly efficient pipeline in seconds for sure, but it doesn't automatically understand your underlying research question. If your fundamental understanding of the biology is flawed, well, the AI is just going to help you arrive at the wrong scientific conclusion much, much faster. Okay, moving on to Section 4, the new skill stack, becoming the guide. Let's see how we actually adapt.
So, if the old way of doing things is basically gone, what does the modern bioinformatics professional actually look like? It really comes down to a clear 3-step workflow. You are no longer someone who spends 100% of their time heads down writing code. Nope. Step 1. You deeply understand the biology so you can formulate the right scientific question. Step 2. You co-pilot the code with AI, treating tools like Claude and Codex as your lightning-fast assistants. In Step 3, you meticulously question the data and scientifically validate those results.
You're basically shifting from being the manual laborer of code to the scientific director of the entire process.
Let's wrap this up with Section 5, evolving, not disappearing, winning the technological revolution.
Now, we have to be honest about an uncomfortable reality here. This transition will be painful. Some entry-level positions that were focused entirely on basic scripting, they might very well disappear. But the role itself isn't vanishing, it's evolving. So the ultimate takeaway from all of this? Don't only learn programming. Look, every single technological revolution throughout history has created winners and losers. Those who try to compete against AI on raw coding speed, they're going to lose. But those who adapt early, the ones who seamlessly combine their deep knowledge of biology and statistics with the sheer power of these AI tools, they will become the absolutely irreplaceable guides of this technology.
I want to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought to ponder as you navigate your own career path in this wildly changing landscape. Has AI created an incredible new opportunity for scientists to achieve breakthroughs faster than ever before, or has it simply made years of traditional, grueling training less valuable? The reality is, it might just be both. It's really all about how you choose to adapt to the new rules of the game. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.